What if the person who smiles the most is the one suffering the deepest? Depression doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like strength. And the scariest part, you might be living with someone who's depressed, and you don't even realize it. They wake up every day, put on a normal face, and play their role perfectly. They laugh at jokes, show up to work, help others, and say they're fine when asked. But inside, there's a quiet exhaustion that never leaves, a constant weight they carry alone. Depression hides behind productivity, kindness, and responsibility. It convinces people to suffer quietly, believing their pain is a burden, so they stay silent. Not because they're strong, but because they're tired of explaining what words can't describe. If someone around you seems unusually distant, emotionally numb, or overly selfless, don't ignore it. Sometimes, the loudest cry for help is complete silence. One moment of care can matter. Depression is not laziness. It's not weakness. And it's definitely not something a person can just snap out of. When someone is depressed, their mind is fighting a battle you can't see. A battle that drains energy, motivation, and hope, all at the same time. Simple tasks feel heavy. Getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. Normal days feel exhausting, and asking for help feels impossible, because depression whispers that no one will understand. From the outside, they might look normal. They might smile. They might work, laugh, and even support others. But inside, their thoughts are loud, dark, and relentless. They're not choosing to feel this way, they're surviving it. So, how do you actually help someone with depression? First, listen without trying to fix them. This is where most people get it wrong. They rush to give advice, solutions, or motivation, but most depressed people don't need answers. They need to feel heard. They need to feel safe enough to speak without being judged or corrected. Sometimes, saying "I'm here with you" or "you don't have to explain everything" is more powerful than any solution you could offer. Second, don't minimize their pain. Phrases like "others have it worse," "it's all in your head," or "just stay positive" can cut deeper than you realize. Depression already tells them their feelings don't matter. When you dismiss their pain, you confirm that lie. Instead, acknowledge it. Say, "That sounds really hard," or "I can see how much this is affecting you." Third, encourage help. Gently. Therapy isn't a weakness. Medication isn't failure. Needing support doesn't mean someone is broken. Professional help exists because depression is real and serious. But pressure can push people away, so don't force it. Don't threaten. Walk beside them. Offer options. Remind them they deserve support, even on days they don't believe it themselves. Fourth, stay consistent. This part matters more than you think. Depression convinces people they're a burden. It tells them everyone would be better off without them. So when you check in regularly, when you send that message again, when you show up, even when they pull away, you quietly prove that voice wrong. Consistency becomes reassurance. Presence becomes proof. And most importantly, you don't have to carry them. You don't have to save them. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to remind them again and again that they don't have to walk alone. Sometimes, the smallest actions create the biggest impact. A message, a call, a moment of patience. These things may seem small to you, but to someone struggling with depression, they can feel like a lifeline. When the world feels heavy and overwhelming, even one gentle reminder that someone cares can break the silence inside their mind. You may never fully understand what they're going through. You may never find the perfect words, and that's okay. Understanding every detail is not required. Showing up is. Your presence matters more than your advice. Your patience matters more than your solutions. Just being there, without judgment, without pressure, can give them enough strength to face another day. Sometimes, they won't say thank you. Sometimes, they might push you away. Sometimes, it may feel like nothing you do is helping. But even then, your consistency is planting hope where despair tries to grow. And if you're listening to this and you are the one struggling, if you feel tired, numb, or broken inside, please know this: depression lies. It tells you that you're alone, even when you're not. It tells you that you're a burden, even when you're deeply loved. It tells you that things will never change, even though they can. You matter more than you think. Your pain is real, but it is not your identity. This moment is heavy, but it is not the end of your story. Help is closer than it feels. Whether it's a friend, a therapist, a message, or even this moment right now, support exists. You don't have to fight this battle in silence. Stay, reach out, and remember, even on your darkest days, your life has value. If this video helped you understand depression a little better, or reminded you of someone who might need quiet support right now, please share it. You never know who might see this at the exact moment they need it most. One share can start a conversation. One share can reduce shame. One share can remind someone that they're not invisible. Depression thrives in silence, but awareness creates connection, and connection creates hope. And if you want more psychology-based videos that help you understand the human mind, emotions, and the silent struggles people don't usually talk about, the thoughts hidden behind smiles, the pain masked as strength, subscribe to the channel, because learning how the mind works doesn't just give knowledge, it builds empathy, it changes how we treat others, and sometimes, understanding alone is enough to save a life.